All right, guys. So welcome to Prepip, and I am one of the trainers at Prepip. Guys, we will be taking all the doubts, whatever you guys have related to all the modes and modules and whatever related to computer delivered IELTS and all those doubts, general doubts, we'll be taking them up in the end, okay? All right. So basically, I am one of the trainers at Preppy, and I have been training students for IELTS for the last 3 years for both academic and general training. And I have trained I have trained almost, I think, 10,000 students. I don't even know the count now, more than 10,000 students now. And of course, we are trained to train you as well. It's not just that we've taken the exam and we are training you. Also, we have certifications. If you know Sanjita ma'am and Harit sir, they are the co-founders and they have certifications from British Council and IDP. And Harit sir has from CELPIP. And for me, I have certification from IDP as well. So it's not like just one or two trainers that, like certified or trained to train you. It's basically everyone here, whoever is going to take the classes, or basically all the trainers here are trained. Okay. Other than that, coming to the IELTS score, before I start forward, of course, I would like to disclose my IELTS score as well, so that you guys believe in me that, of course, I can help you score your desired band scores as well. So this is for general training and this is for academics. So my band score for overall was overall 8 in both academic and general training. Coming to general training, it was 8.5, 7.5, 7.5, and 8 individually. And for academic, it was 9, 8.5, 7, and 7.5. All right. So basically, both of them have for both of them have scored 8 overall and not less than 7.5 in any module. All right. Now, moving ahead, we were in the previous session talking about grammatical range, right? So quickly, let's just do the survey again. So how many students are here for academic and how many are for GT here? Please quickly type in the chat box. We'll be taking those doubts in the end, Maninder, okay? Okay, academic, GT, academic, GT, academic, GT. Mostly students are for academic here, right? A lot of GT students as well. Great. Right. So, okay. How many students have taken the exam before? Just write second or third time or whichever attempt it is yours in the chat box. First, second, third, whichever attempt you're taking. 0. That means first attempt. You're going to take the first attempt. It's not 0. First, second, third. Okay. All right. First, third. Okay. Right. You're going to take the first time, right? Okay. Great. Last. Great. So stuck at 5.5. Yes, that was my next question. Now, of course, coming to specifically GT students also, and of course, academic students as well. The minimum required band score for academic is 6.5 overall, but not less than 6 in each module, right? And for if you're applying for your PR for GT students, it's 8,777, 8 in listening and 777 in the other modules. However, usually, of course, students desire to, score more than this. They just don't want to stick to this. They want to score more, right? So what is your desired band score in writing and speaking? I'm not asking for superficial band scores. Guys, set goals that are achievable, okay? Don't set superficial goals. So what is your desired band score? 7. I think everybody needs 7 and above, right? Let's go with 7 and above in each module, specifically writing and speaking, because it's a little tricky to score 7 in writing. Now, my other question, many of you might relate to this question as well. How many students here have scored a good band in reading, listening, and speaking? Let's say they've scored 8, 9, 7 bands in reading, listening, and speaking. But in writing, they are stuck at 6 or 6.5. They are stuck at 5, 6, or 6.5. But in other modules, they're scoring well. Right. It's a very common picture with everyone, right? Yes. So what do you think you guys lagged in when you took the exam, when the result came out? What was your lack? What were we lacking in? Exactly, Nishant. That was my main thing. You are scoring 8, 8, 7, right? but then writing is 6.5. Why? What is the reason? What do you think? What do you guys think? What is the reason? Because it's a little tricky to score 7, and I'm telling you this straightforward. If you don't have the right strategies, if you don't have the right guys, am I audible? I'm audible, right? Okay, great. Because some students were not able to hear. All right, great. So let's continue. I don't write expert writing. What is expert writing? That's the question. If we get less than 8,777, can we create an express entry profile? Of course, yes, you can create an express entry profile, but then you need 8,777 for a good CRS score. And with the last draw coming out, I think the CRS score is just going high. I used simple sentences, 9 bands in writing. You got 9 bands or you desire 9 bands money? Okay, let's move on then. So the first thing that I want to talk about is grammar. Okay. Now, if you are scoring an 8 band or even a 7 band in writing, and okay, no problem, Zoom user, what do you want me to teach? All right. In speaking, I don't get any content. How to get exactly? That's what we're going to talk about now, guys. So basically, let's talk about grammar. All right. So, okay, you're scoring 8 bands, you're scoring 7 bands in writing and sorry, in reading and listening. But for writing, why is it 7? Just because of grammar. Not just because of grammar, but it is one of the aspects. Okay. Now, if you see here, it says you are using complex structures. Okay, this is for speaking, and these band scores are for writing. All right, and it says uses a variety of complex structures. Okay, at 7 bands, and if you go higher, this is 8 band and this is 9 band. Again, it says uses a wide range of structures. Again, it says uses a wide range of structures. Okay. And then again, it says, if you see here, see, because if you don't know what the examiners are looking for in your writing and your speaking, you're not able to score well, right? Just like studying it and just taking the exam does not make sense, because you need to know what the examiners are looking for, right? So let's say coming to, again, uses a full range of structures and wide range of structures. So what are these wide range of structures that they're talking about? We talk about complex sentences and complex structures here. All right. So let's move on. Before we start with complex structures, of course, it's important to understand what simple sentences are, right? So basically, if you see here, what is a simple sentence? A simple sentence consists of an independent clause, right? Now, please don't get worried about this grammatical terminology. Guys, I'm going to just disable the chat for here for some time so that there's no disturbance, because the other students are getting disturbed as well. I'll activate it, or if you guys have any doubts, just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Okay. All right. Am I audible to everyone clearly, or is it just an issue with some students? Okay. I'll just type that in the chat box. Okay. Right. So basically coming to, okay, now, first of all, don't get worried about the grammatical terminology. That's fine. I'll explain everything. And if you don't just get anything, just raise your hand. Okay. Now coming to what is an independent clause. Okay. Now an independent, okay, let's say this sentence. Okay. Khan was late for the train. Now, is this sentence making sense independently for you? Is this sentence making sense independently, or does it need another sentence to make sense? Is it making sense independently? It is, right? So this is basically a simple sentence, because there are no two sentences joined. It is just one sentence that is independent. Similarly, if you read the other sentences also, she went to the market, I drink tea every morning, there's one cookie left, the train leaves every morning at 7. All these sentences make sense independently, and you do not require another sentence to make sense, right? So this is a independence clause, and it is a simple sentence because there is only one sentence. Okay, now moving to what are complex sentences. Okay, first of all, what is the importance of writing complex sentences? Like, why is it so important? You should write complex sentences in your IELTS to prove that you have a range of grammar and you have a wide range of sentence formations. Okay, you can use a mix of compound, relative. There are a lot of types of complex sentences that we're going to talk about. We'll talk about at least 2 types of that. You can use a mix of compound, relative, subordinate, and conditional types to construct beautiful complex sentences that are simple to comprehend. Now, of course, many students think that making complex sentences is a Herculean task and it is very difficult. It is not. If you know the right strategies again, you can do it easily, and that is what we're going to talk about. Similarly, for speaking in grammatical range and accuracy, if you only speak in simple sentences with a limited range of complex structures, you cannot get more than 5 bands. So if your grammatical range is only limited to simple sentences, you cannot get more than 5 bands. What do you need for 6 and above or a 7 and above? You need complex sentences, a mixture of simple and complex sentences. Okay, what are complex sentences now? So simple sentences we just did, that is basically one sentence with just one independent, just one clause of one sentence that is not joined with any conjunction and it makes sense independently. Now, what are complex sentences? Complex sentences are basically created by joining 2 or 3 simple sentences together. Okay, to expand the main idea, let me give you an example here. Let's say, just a second. Okay, let's say the statement is, I went to the market to buy some fruits. Okay, this is which sentence? Quickly, simple, compound, complex. Which sentence is this? I went to the market to buy some fruits. Which sentence is this, guys, that I've written on the screen? It's a simple sentence, right? It's a simple sentence because it is an independent clause and it does not make or need any other sentence to make sense. Then, but I did not find any. Now, which sentences? Any guesses? Very good, Dhruval. Yes. This becomes, we can say, a complex sentence, but under complex sentence, it is under the category of compound sentences. Okay, it is under the category of compound sentences, and I'll tell you how to recognize it, like why is it a compound sentence and what is the difference between a relative clause and a subordinating conjunction, because here exactly but is used. But is a coordinating conjunction, so whenever there is a coordinating conjunction used, you will always say that this is a complex and compound sentence. Okay, we'll talk about that. So basically, complex sentences are not complicated. Don't think that you have to make complicated sentences. Complex sentences is just a structure that you have to learn, and you just have to construct sentences using the same language and same vocabulary that you're using for simple sentences. Okay, they are just more informative and cohesive. Instead of making 2 and 3 simple sentences, we'll try to join 2 or 3 of those simple sentences into complex or compound sentence. Okay, they also make your, of course, they also make your writing more interesting and it is more readable. Okay, all right. Now coming to how to write complex sentences, there are 3 ways. There are many ways to write complex sentences, but we're going to talk about the 3 ways, that is compound sentence, relative sentences, and subordinate sentences. I'll try to cover up compound and subordinate sentences. Those are the important ones. If we have time, then we'll cover up the relative ones as well. Okay. Right. Thank you, Sumit. So yes, moving to first of all compound sentences. So what is a compound sentence? It's basically when you join 2 simple sentences with a conjunction. Now, what conjunction can be used so that we know that this is a compound sentence? Okay, so the conjunction that we use for compound sentences is a coordinating conjunction. If you guys want to make notes, you can do that because it's very important when we check assignments. We teach this in the classes as well, right? When you guys enroll. So basically, when we teach about coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions and all, again, many students make mistakes when we check their assignments and when we check their homework, right? So please don't make any mistakes. Again, I'm telling you, if you want to make notes, you can, okay? All right. Now coming to coordinating conjunctions, all right. So compound sentences are made using coordinating conjunctions. Now use simple conjunctions such as and, but, so, yet to join the main ideas basically. For example, if you see here, smoking causes lung diseases. Some people smoke cigarettes. These are two simple sentences, right? This is a simple sentence. This is a simple sentence, but it is joined by the word yet. Is it clear? Okay. Similarly, the temperatures are rising everywhere, so air conditioners are increasing energy bills. Now, if you see, both the sentences are making sense independently. Guys, I'll please be a little civilized. Okay, this is a class and it is attended by all people, so please don't create any chaos. So basically, the temperatures are rising everywhere. This makes sense independently. Similarly, air conditioners are increasing energy bills. This also makes sense independently, but to join it, what we did is we added a coordinating conjunction, that is so. Similarly, plastic pollution is affecting the ocean's ecosystem. This is one independent sentence. Humanity doesn't take serious action about it. Again, but it's a coordinating conjunction. So now what is the formula to remember these coordinating conjunctions? There's a very easy formula that you can just understand, or there is a strategy, that is fanboys. Okay. Now what is fanboys? That is for and nor but or, sorry, for and nor but or yet so. So if you learn this strategy, basically that means you're good to go with compound sentences. Okay. This is what basically compound sentences are. Now, let me just make some sentences and I'll show you the difference between these. Okay, just a second. Okay, I'll just increase the font as well. Okay, so let's say this statement, plastic, let's take the third one. Okay, plastic pollution is affecting the ocean's ecosystem, but humanity doesn't take serious action about it. Now, let's make the sentence as, although plastic pollution is affecting the ocean's ecosystem, comma, humanity still doesn't take serious action about it. Okay. Now, the third sentence has been modified into this sentence, let's say. So which sentence do you think you think is better? Like when you read it, this one, the first one, or the second one, this one that I just wrote? When you read it, or that you think the examiners would like it? Which one do you think? The meaning for both of them, I think you know that is the same, but which structure do you like? No response in the chat box? Oh, sorry. Yes, please tell me in the chat box. The second one, right? Why do you like the second one? Is it more sophisticated, or what is it like? Why do you like it? It's better to read, right? It's more clear. It's better to read. It's more cohesive, right? Exactly. It's more alluring. Nice word, iPhone. Correct. Right? So this is what basically a complex sentence is. Now, I don't recommend you guys make only compound sentences, because the score will increase with complex sentence. So this is basically a complex sentence that what we did is we took the compound sentence and we modified it into a complex sentence. Okay, now how to do that? Let's move on. All right. Now coming to compound sentences, as I told you, you can learn this strategy, that is for and nor but or yet so, that is fanboys. Okay. All right. Now coming to subordinate sentences. Okay, as I told you, subordinate sentences is basically using of subordinating conjunctions. This is also a part of complex sentences. Now let's understand this. Are you guys clear with the fanboys and the coordinating compound sentences? explain once again, Prerna? Okay. That is what I'm coming to, Anand. What is the difference between coordinating and complex sentences? If you see, a second. Okay. Coordinating conjunctions will only make a compound sentence. What is there? There are two independent sentences and they are just joined by a coordinating conjunction. Okay, that's a compound sentence. All right. However, when you move to a subordinating conjunction, guys, let me just start, okay, and you guys will understand. All right. So let's say the statement is, I went to the market, but did not find anything useful. Okay. Quickly, please tell me which sentence is this, simple, compound, or complex? Which sentence is this? Compound sentence, because there is a but that is a part of fanboys. Okay. Now what I do is I remove this but, that is although, or let's take another word, that is even though. And I did not find anything useful, right? Now which sentence is this? This is complex. Now if I remove this, okay, let's just put it here. Okay, now if I remove this part of the sentence, let's say I just removed it, does this sentence make any sense independently? The one that is left, does the sentence make any sense independently? It doesn't, right? So that means this is a dependent clause. A dependent clause means that it needs another sentence to depend upon to make sense. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just add here, even though. Now does it make sense? Yes, it does, right? So basically what is here, so the formula for making a complex sentence, I'll be giving 3 formulas to you. Whichever you think is useful to you, you can use that formula, okay? So the first formula for making a complex sentence is that you need a subordinating conjunction. I'll be writing SC for that, okay? Plus, with that, you need an independent clause, okay? Then you need a comma, which is very important. Please don't forget to put a comma in the middle. Then you need a dependent clause. Is it clear? This becomes a complex sentence. Am I clear to everyone here? Okay. Now coming to the second formula, which is easier. Okay, students who can understand Hindi and Punjabi, this is also for that. SC means a subordinating conjunction. Okay. So now coming to the second formula, students who can understand Hindi and Punjabi, there is a formula that is halanki and fir bhi, if you understand, right? It is halanki and fir bhi, right? Now, if you understand the sentence, it says halanki, even though, halanki मैं market गई, फिर भी मुझे कुछ नहीं मिला, right? I'll make another sentence for you. Let's use though here, or let's use though. Though I want to start a new business, comma, हालांकि मुझे नया business start करना है, though I want to start a new business, I still have so much to learn. Okay, so basically, though I want to start a new business soon, I still have so much to learn. So just to check that your complex sentences is a complex sentence is correct, just try to translate it into हालांकि, comma, फिर भी. Though I want to start a new business soon, I still have so much to learn. You cannot do that. Okay, coming to the third strategy. Okay, now let's say I write the sentence, I want to learn music, but I do not have enough money, right? So this is a which sentence? Compound sentence, right? This is a compound sentence. Now, how do we make it complex? Okay, before I move forward, can everybody make a sentence with but? Is it easy for you to make a sentence with but? Can you guys make a sentence with but? Is it easy for you to make sentences with but when you are writing essays or writing your reports and letters? Is it easy? Yes, right? So what is the simple formula here? You just remove this but and you add although in the starting. Although, and the rest of the sentence remains the same. Although I want to learn music. Now what I will do is, I will remove this but and I've just put a comma here. I do not have enough money. Full stop. Exactly. Okay. Now, Ravinder, the sentence you've made, I have a meeting, but I don't have a presentation. Just make this complex by removing the but, okay? Although I have a meeting, comma, I still do not have a presentation, like that. And that will become a complex sentence. So basically what you are doing is you are adding the subordinating conjunction and you're removing the coordinating conjunction. But if you are using although, please do not use but with it. Your sentence is wrong. Who is this? Manhazmi. Okay. You should not use but with it if you're using although. Although she never admits she likes cricket. Very nice, Ankita. I want to meet my friend, but I'm not speaking. Okay. Mohammed Tarif, you can make this complex by removing the but and adding the although in the starting and putting a comma there. Although I want to learn the subject, I don't have the book. Very nice, Neha. Great. I think you guys are getting a hang of it now, how to make a complex sentence. Although I want to be a part of premium classes, I don't have enough money. Okay, good. No, they are not, Rohit. I do not have enough money. We'll just make it as for it. Okay, it is not an independent clause. This is a dependent clause and this is an independent clause. Okay. No, you cannot show up. How to use despite. Okay. Now coming to the parts of this, as well. So basically, just a second. Although, even though, though, despite, in spite of. Okay. There is no difference. It's the subordinate sentence is a part of complex sentence, Navya. Okay. All right. Now these are the sentences. These are called as subordinating conjunctions. As I told you, these some words. Okay. Now let me give you an example in terms of essay writing. Okay. When you change a paragraph and you start writing, let's say the question is asking for problems and solutions. Okay. So what are you going to write in BP1 for an essay? What are you going to write for BP1 in the essay? You're going to write the problems in BP1, right? The problems. BP1 means the body paragraph. And in body paragraph 2, what are you going to write? The solutions, right? So let's say for the problems paragraph, you started the line with the major issue caused by pollution is health problems. Okay, so this is how you start the sentence. Now you want to write something opposite, right? You want to write the solutions. So what are you going to write here in this paragraph? How are you going to start this paragraph? How are you going to start this paragraph, guys? We're going to write the solutions here. How are you going to start it? Very simple. Many students would start with however, on the other hand, which is very basic. But you need a 7 band. So what are you doing different here? Okay, I'll give you a line. It says, despite the above mentioned argument, comma, there are some measures that can be implemented to curb the issue. Okay, this is one sentence, and the other sentence that usually students use is, on the other hand, governments should devise strategies to solve the issue. Okay, now which sentence sounds better? The first one or the second one when you write it in an essay? The first one, right? Why does it sound better? Why does it sound better? Because it gives a clear picture of what we want to talk about in this paragraph, and also it has a complex sentence that uses despite, which is a subordinating conjunction, right? It is a good topic sentence for your paragraph, right? So this is what basically writing complex sentences will change your, the way you are basically writing. This also is the sentence. It means the same, right? On the other hand, governments should devise strategy. It's the same. But then what are you doing different to get a 7 band? You are doing this to get a 7 band. You're using good complex sentences. Am I clear? If you guys want to take a screenshot of this page, you can quickly, and then we'll move on, please. What we'll do is now, we'll try to use simple sentences that we use in an essay, and we'll try to convert them into complex. Okay. You cannot use yet with although, because yet is a coordinating conjunction. So you cannot use two conjunctions together. Okay. Okay. Is this done? There is no difference, Manas. Despite and in spite of, both are the same. You use the same formula to make complex sentence. Guys, is it done? Is the screenshot done? Shall I move on? Okay. Argument. Argument is like, not just argument means, of course, we're not talking about the points, Malini. It's just an argument that we discussed about. Okay. All right, guys. So we are clear with although and even though. We're clear with although, even though, despite, and in spite of. Okay. Now, let's move to another sentence. Let's say, children should not go out of their way. So, teachers and parents, children should not go out of their way while using computers. Out of their way while using computers. So teachers and parents should keep a continuous check on them. Now, which sentence is this? Quickly. We have so here. So which sentence is this? It is a compound sentence, right? Now, the same sentence, if I write as, since children should not go out of their way while using computers, comma, teachers and parents are required to keep a check on them to avoid any unfavorable circumstances. Okay, now the meaning for both the sentences is the same. Now, okay, before I move forward again, can you guys understand each and every word that I've written here? Is there any word that you cannot understand? I'm talking about a word like vocabulary. Can you understand all the words here? Is it are the words clear? Guys, is there any word meaning that you cannot understand? Okay. Clear? All the words are clear, right? Right. Now, which sentence sounds better? This one or this one? The first one or the second one? The second one. Both of them mean the same, but then we like the second one, right? But why do we like the second one? Because since is a subordinating conjunction, right? Since, as, and because. These three are the words that help you present a reason, and again, they come under subordinating conjunction. Shipwright means although. Okay, let's not, please don't disrupt the class. This is for everyone. Whatever we are doing currently, let's focus on that. The doubts will be taken up later on, whatever has been already done. Okay, so please don't do it. Although even it all sounds same, or do they have? No, they don't have any different meanings. They have the same meaning. Please don't disrupt the class anymore. Whatever you are doing, just focus on that right now, because you are thinking of the past, and whatever is being done in the present, you will be lost again, and then you'll be asking it again. Okay, so please focus here right now, and then we'll talk about whatever doubts you have. All right. So again, since, as, because, they present a reason and they are subordinating conjunction. Now, why the second one is better? But of course, as I told you, because this is a complex sentence, that's why second one is better. And also in the grammatical range and accuracy for writing and speaking, you are required to make complex sentences. So if you do not make complex sentences, you cannot score more than 6 or 6.5 in your writing. Okay. So if you want to score more than that, if you want to score a 7 band, you need to make complex sentences. All right. So basically, since, as, because, they are also a reason, and they give you, and coming to conditional sentences also, if you want to present a reason. So basically conditions are also there. So if you want to write a sentence with if, even if, okay, or unless, let's say you're writing a letter for GT students, right? And you want to write a sentence like, I would recommend that you conduct some employee training programs to enhance the effectiveness of your staff. Okay, so this is basically when you want to give a solution for a problem, right? So you give this sentence conditions, but then if you want to write it as, let's say, a complex sentence, so we'll say if employee training programs are conducted in the company, it will help enhance the effectiveness of the staff. Now, again, the meaning for both of them is the same, but which one sounds better? The first one or the second one? Which one sounds better, guys? The second one, of course, right? Because this is again a complex sentence, which comes under conditional or conditional sentences. So this is how you make complex sentences. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. There are more complex sentences as well. That's fine, John. That's okay. We need to make it as a dependent clause, right? So we needed to add something here. Okay. Please let me know once the screenshot is done. No, Sana. But ma'am, can't we use conditional sentences? So Ravinder, this is conditional only. You are using conditional sentences. Okay, conditionals are also a part of complex sentences. All right. So basically, if you see here, unless, okay. So basically, if you say unless, if you want to write, let's say, unless the government acts immediately, if you, for example, when you're giving solutions for a problem, right, in your problem and solution essay, you can use there. Okay, unless the government acts immediately to the problem of plastic will not be solved. Okay, so this is a sentence with unless, which is also under a condition under complex sentences. Okay, all right. So guys, after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. Okay, so these are the hints that I told you about: independent clause, dependent clause. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some slides of the PPT with you after this class. Okay, so that you guys can practice, because there are some practice tests here. So if you want to practice, like let's practice fanboys and let's practice subordinating conjunctions as well. So if you want to practice some of these, I'll share the slides in the WhatsApp group. Other than that, for subordinating conjunctions, these are the conjunctions, the common ones, the words that you can use to make complex sentences. And for compound sentences, of course, you can make with fanboys. Okay, yeah, this one. Is it clear the difference between compound sentence, complex sentence, and a simple sentence? How can you make complex sentences? Are we clear till here, guys? So basically, when you join the classes, of course, will be more organized, because we'll have a less number of students in each class. And also every topic will be covered up, like individually, and everything will be done that way. And of course, how to change, as I was teaching you today as well, how to change your compound sentences into a complex sentence. This is what we are going to talk about. Okay, John, because we had to use a dependent clause in subordinating conjunction sentence, right? So that's why I added that. All right. These are complex sentences only. Who is that? No, Ria, it's not. All right. Now, please, whoever has any doubts, you can please ask it. Yes, Manmeet, personal classes are also available. One-to-one classes we provide, and you can get in touch with the team, and the course will be customized according to you if you want to get into one-to-one classes. Whole essay in complex, or would it? Of course not, Anand. You cannot write the whole essay in complex. It's not possible. You can use a mixture of simple and compound, but make majority of your sentences complex. Okay. All right. And please ask your doubts in the Q&A section. Megha will be coming to that. Is of course not, Kunal. You are writing minimum. See, an essay has to be written for at least 250 words, right? And you are just writing one complex sentence in your whole 250 words. That's not a good structure. Okay. Yes, Neha, it's applicable in speaking and writing. Okay. So guys, please ask your doubts in the chat box. For one-to-one classes, guys, please get in touch with the admins of the group, Sanjita ma'am or Parul ma'am. They'll help you out. Okay. How will we write a complex compound sentence? That will be taught in the classes, Sanjay. Okay. How to practice all topics in writing, as in how do we make sure we are, Miha, once you join our classes, the assignments and the homework that's given to you, it is based on all different and diverse topics. So it is like you will practice each and every topic. Okay. To whom should we contact? It's available. Yes, Pooja, it's available in the WhatsApp group, Sanjita ma'am and Parul ma'am. Okay. All right. Jason, okay. Guys, now let's say I just give you an example, okay? Many students have this doubt, ki how many complex sentences do we have to use? Now, what is the minimum word limit for an essay? So, okay, does somebody know minimum word limit for an essay? What is the minimum word limit for an essay, guys? Do you guys know about it? No? Okay, it's 250 words, right? You need to write 250 words in your essay, right? Now, you are writing 250 words, right? So basically, for 250 words, now it's the minimum limit. Of course, you can't just write 250 words. Many students write 280, some students write 300, some students even write 350 words in their essays, right? Now, if I say you need to add, let's say, 10 complex sentences. Okay, now the student who's writing 280 words, 10 complex sentences are good for that student. But the student who's writing 300 words, of course, 10 complex sentences are not enough. Similarly, if a student is writing 350 words, 10 complex sentences are not enough, right? So for that, you need to understand that it's not about the count of complex sentences, how many complex sentences you're writing. It's about how well you are managing them, and that the majority of your sentences are complex. Now, by majority, it depends on the number of words that you're writing and how long is your essay or your letter or your report. Okay, so please don't just go by a number, because this is a language, right? It's not a formula that we can give you that, okay, write these sentences and you will get a band score. Nobody can do that. You have to be a little flexible in this part. All right. Okay, so yes, guys, if you guys have doubts, I'll unmute you now. Yes, Zoom user, what's your doubt? You've raised your hand. You can unmute yourself. Do you have a doubt? Okay, I can't hear you, so please ask your doubt in the Q&A session. Okay, yes, Maninder, please tell me. Guys, if you have a doubt, only then raise your hand. I'll unmute you, okay? So, yes, Kuldeep, what's the doubt?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Kuldeep.
Ma'am, when we try to go on that line, when we have to give our opinion, then what kind of sentences we can use?
Kuldeep, our class was just limited to complex sentences. For that, you can join the classes. We'll teach you how to write an introduction, where to give your opinion, how to give your opinion, and why is it important to give your opinion.
I'm just asking specifically about only opinion line for advantage and disadvantages, and to what extent are you agree? In these kind of sentences, what
You
kind
can
of
just say,
lines
I
I can
agree, I
use?
completely agree. In my opinion, this is required in my view. So you can use these
No,
lines.
ma'am, when we have to uh, add that those causes and solutions with that line.
We don't have
We
to
don't
add
have
any
to
causes or solutions in the introduction. We don't justify our answers in the introduction. We just give our opinion and we add the reasons and whatever causes you have in the body paragraphs. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Guys, please stick to the question, to only the questions that we've discussed today, because we're not going to take any different questions. All those things, if you need to study, if you want answers for that, you can join the classes. Okay. Not the less is no word, Ajay. Nonetheless. Okay. Nonetheless is fine. Yes. Okay. Navya, yeah, please go ahead. What's your doubt?
Yeah, hi. So you are also saying about the relative sentence, right, ma'am? Can I get know the basic idea of what does relative sentence mean?
Relative clauses are basically when you use like who, what, where, or who, what, or like, for example, if I want to say, I, I, I want to praise the policeman I want to praise the policeman who helped me in my, who helped me find the way. So basically, who here is a relative clause, right? So who I'm referring to specifically that policeman who helped me find my way. So that is a relative sentence. Okay.
Okay, the conjunction are who, what, and where, right?
You can say that. Correct. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay. Any other doubts, guys? Guys, please ask your doubts in the chat box itself. Yeah, please ask your doubts in the chat box. Who? Okay, just a second. You guys can raise your hands. Okay, who is this person? 588019. So guys, please understand, I cannot unmute all of you guys. So please just ask your doubts in the chat box. Yes, please tell me. Who is this?
Ma'am, can I ask? I am unmuted now.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Ma'am, my doubt is regarding spellings. So even you also in your presentation use the spelling of program as not double ME. So there are two types of English that generally we see. One is the British or Indian English, or second is the American English. What is your guidance, ma'am? What is that we should use? Like color will have different spellings. Program has different spelling. Then at many places we use S, but they use Z.
Right.
Like that.
So basically you can use any English. It doesn't matter whether you're using British or American, but yes, that's one thing, that if you're starting with British, just stick to that. For example, British English uses more of S. For example, if you're writing organization, you put an S instead of Z, right? So basically you can use any English, that's fine, but just stick to one. Don't keep changing it in the middle of your essay. Sometimes you're writing American, sometimes British. So just that part. Otherwise, you can use any English, that doesn't matter. Okay. No, Gurveen Chawla, it does not. Exceeding the word limit does not reduce your band score. Okay. We use article and before words starting with vowels like umbrella, but what if we want to say nice umbrella? Can't we? No, it cannot be, Manas, because you need to only use it in front of a vowel. Okay. Right. Any other doubts, anyone? Please ask your doubts in the chat box. I'll share this practice material with you as well, some slides that you can practice and you can understand some complex sentences as well, okay? All right. Any other doubts, anyone? Okay, guys. So let's quickly, I'll just walk you through the, the course headlines as well. So basically, what do we provide you guys? Okay, so basically, of course, we'll be having 3 batches, that is 11 a.m., 7 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. And you'll be having 2 cycles of that. For that means you'll be able to attend the classes for 2 months, right? So recordings will be available so that you can revise the sessions anytime you want. And you won't be having, just a second, guys. Okay. So basically, of course, you'll be having recordings to revise at any time. Daily live classes will be there. Daily means 5 days a week. And 11 and 7 p.m. batches run from Monday to Friday, and 10:30 p.m. batch runs from Wednesday to Sunday. Okay. So recordings will be available because we know that you guys are busy and sometimes you're not able to attend the class or something. So of course, you can always go and check the recordings, and we are always available in the WhatsApp groups for doubt sessions and all. Okay. Then daily homework in practice is also given in the class. Here, I would like to talk about the platform Google Classroom that we use. We post task 1 and task 2 writing there every alternative days, and you get the evaluations in like 1 or 2 days, and you can practice. And as somebody asked, like how to practice all the like topics of writing. So there we'll be posting all types of topics, like different topics related to education, business, environment, right? And you can practice all those according to the vocabulary as well. And one-to-one review sessions are also there. We'll give you 6 one-to-one review sessions along with your speaking mock test. So we give a 30-minute session to you for your speaking mock tests in that. And it is one-to-one, it is personal. Nobody will join you, and only a trained trainer from Preppy will join these sessions, one-to-one review sessions. And you can review, you can ask any writing doubts you have in that session. And of course, you will have your speaking mock test. Okay, and live classes are of course there. So coming to, of course, we provide comprehensive study material. We only give authentic material. We do not give unauthentic material. Many students who come to us, I have experienced this personally. Many students who come to us, they are like, okay, we studied from this topic, we studied from here, but we only provide comprehensive study material that is from Cambridge, and we do not follow any other source which is not authentic. Okay. Coming to the batches and all. So basically there are 3 batches, as I told you, 11 a.m., 7 p.m., 10:30 p.m. and we cover all 4 modules, LRSW. And it will take around 30 to 35 days to cover all the modules, depending on the requirements of the students as well, because sometimes we extend the classes and extend some days according to the requirements. If a student is not able to understand, we extend it. Then is regular intensive live classes, as I told you, and 5 days a week and 96 practice tests. Of course, this is just a number, and we'll be providing more practice tests as well. And we'll be telling you how to use different sources to practice more. And then it's not actually 3 here, it's 6 one-to-one speaking mock tests and unlimited writing evaluations for 1 month. Okay, unlimited here. Okay, now let me just explain you the meaning of unlimited. Now, unlimited does not mean that you add 5 essays or you add 3 essays every day in your Google Classroom where we check your assignments, right? Because it does not make sense. You are basically making the same mistake in all 3 essays. How are you improving? How are you getting evaluated? It does not make sense, right? So what unlimited means, we'll be giving you homework on every alternative day, and you have to submit the homework, wait for the evaluation of 1 essay, then attempt the other one, so that at least you know what you made a mistake in, and then you start the next essay so that you improve with the feedback. Okay. Then study material is given, of course, as I told you, Cambridge study material for both academic and GT separately. And IELTS examiners checklist, like what is basically the examiners looking for in all 4 modules, that is we're going to talk about. Then there is, as I told you, 35 days of class with 1.5 hours each day. That is 50 plus hours of live training you will get. Okay. So basically this was in rupees 8,000, but just for you guys, we have an offer for you today. The fee for the course is 6,000 only for both academic and general training. And instead of 3 mock tests, you'll be getting 6 one-to-one speaking mock tests, and which will also include your writing doubts and all, whatever you want to ask. Okay. Other than that, writing evaluations will be there, unlimited evaluations, as I told you, for 1 month. And also free batch repetition 1 time. Now, this is very important because as we just told you that you get 35 days. Okay. 35 days and 1.5. So basically this is just 1 month, right? But at Prepid, at the same cost of 6,000, you will get free batch repetition at 1 time only. That means that basically you can repeat the batch twice, live classes. Okay, that is for like 2 months and 2.5 months. If you, for example, did not score your band, you can come back again free of cost and you can attend the classes. Or maybe you think you need more practice, you can attend the classes free of cost repetitively. Okay. Then GT and academic, of course, will be separate. We are not going to conduct the same classes. The GT and academic classes will be separate. And recording access and study material is for 6 months. So you can record, you have access to the recordings for 6 months. And the study material also you have for 6 months. So if you're planning to take the exam in the near future, you still have all the material and you can still go through it. Okay. So guys, this is the link of the. Okay, I'll share this link in the Zoom chat. I think it's already shared by Sanjita ma'am. And other than that, you guys can also, if you want to do a Paytm, you can do this. And we will be adding you in a WhatsApp group with where 6 to 7 IELTS trainers will be there, and whatever doubts you have, it will be addressed in the WhatsApp groups. Okay. All right. Now, any doubts anybody have? Now, any doubts you guys have? Okay, I'll just activate the Zoom chat, and from the chat, you guys can ask any doubts, whatever you want to ask. Right. Yes, of course, we will provide notes. Everything, whatever is done in the class is shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay. There is no difference, Dilpreet. They are the same. Okay. All right, Navratan, let me just unmute you. Yes.
Yeah, hi, very good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, I was asking about, I have doubt, like, what is the difference between TOEFL and IELTS? Most of
Okay.
people are going for IELTS and TOEFL, so that only
Hmm.
the difference which I want to know.
TOEFL is basically just limited to USA if you want to enroll in a USA university, or like TOEFL is not widely accepted, but IELTS is widely accepted if you go in any country. If you want to apply for Canada, USA, New Zealand, wherever you want to apply, Australia, IELTS is more acceptable than TOEFL.
Right, IELTS also, as well as it's accepted in USA country also as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
You
right.
can just, yeah, most of the time it is accepted, but you can also check on the university's like, website under the English requirements, and anyway, it is 99% accepted. Okay.
So, ma'am, thank you. I have another doubt. I
Yeah.
was asking you, most of time, everybody says that if you are if you have very good command in your English, and if you are
Hmm.
talking to someone in easy language, so what is, what is the difference that if I'm able to making understand to people about my theory, about my question, and
Hmm.
if I'm using simple language, simple words, right? It's a simple way, simple words, then complex words. So
Hmm.
should we use
See,
simple words or complex?
you don't have to use complex words. Under lexical resources for writing and speaking, the examiners don't ask you to use high-end or complex words. They ask you to use variety, that you just don't repeat the word. Let's say
Right.
if you're using important, right? You just don't repeat the word. Instead of important, maybe you use crucial, you use significant, which is not difficult. We know these words. They are
Yes.
just uncommon, right? So this is what you have to implement in your IELTS.
Right. Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
By the way, thank you very much for your session.
Thank you, Navratan. All right. Of course, yes, 588019, I'm not sure. Yes. OnePlus, we are giving you 2 months of writing, like unlimited writing evaluations and 2 months of live classes. Okay. All right. For speaking, does the dollar or rupee sign gets counted as word? For speaking, how are you going to speak the dollar sign? I don't know where I can practice. Here is Rani. Okay, so basically whatever material we are going to provide you in the classes will be enough for your computer delivered IELTS as well, and we'll guide you with that. Okay. All right. Kunal, already usually the sign is given to you. You don't have to write it again. Okay. All right. These class which I will enroll, that will online. Yes, Manmeet, of course the classes will be online. Okay, guys, let me just quickly show you this link as well if you guys face a problem. So basically, you just click on this payment link, and this will take you here, and you just fill in your details and you pay, and you can pay through any UPI, Visa, RuPay, and yeah, the other. Okay, so this is how you have to, yeah, do it here. Face to face, we turn on our videos, Manmeet, and face to face is available, yes, because the videos are turned on. All right, no problem, OnePlus. How would we know? Don't worry about that, Shubhruto. Just write whatever is coming, because you just need the spellings to be correct. So don't worry about that. Okay. Okay. No, Manmeet, we don't conduct physical classes. We only have online classes, which are more effective than classes in an institute. Okay. Aftab, you need to get in touch with Sanjita ma'am. She's in the WhatsApp group, and you can contact her for one-to-one classes. Greetings. Okay, batches for 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. are starting. For 11 a.m. they're starting on Monday. For 7 p.m. they're starting on Wednesday, and for 10:30 also they're starting on Wednesday. So in the coming next week, Monday and Wednesday are the 2 starting dates of the batches. Okay. Right, guys, the classes will be on Zoom, and the number of students will also be less in each class, and they'll be more interactive. Okay. And of course, you will be allowed to unmute in those classes. So don't worry about this. This was just a webinar. Okay. We're going to cover in the training. Yes, all 4 modules, LRWS. Okay. Ma'am, I have just completed my IELTS general class, so I can join this again. Sure, Anish, if you want to, definitely, we are happy to have you. Class, okay. Right. You can, in the classes, you can unmute anytime and you can ask your doubts, okay? And we are always available in the WhatsApp groups as well once you enroll. Although and yet cannot be used together, Dilpreet. Yes, the classes are designed from beginners to people who have already taken the exam, so don't worry about it. They are designed in a way that everybody can join the class, okay? All right. Sure, Anish, if you just want a customized course for speaking and writing, you can get in touch with Sanjita ma'am for personal classes, one-to-one classes, okay? Guys, the next batches are going to start on Monday and Wednesday. Sure, the link will be shared in WhatsApp, Param, okay? Thanks, Vaibhav, for joining. Do you provide visa also along with IELTS? We don't provide visa. We provide visa assistance, Navratan. We can't give you the visa. But yes, we provide you visa assistance. We have IRCC member, Sanjita, she's an IRCC member, so she can help you out with that. And also Harith, he takes care of the immigration process in the institute, and they'll help you out with the visa process as well. Okay. No problem here, Israni. You guys have exams in the starting of February, but that's totally fine because as I told you, we have recordings and you can attend all 3 batches because all 3 batches have different modules going on, right? So let's say 11 a.m. has reading, 7 p.m. has listening, writing is going on in 10:30 p.m. So all 3 modules can be covered up in one day. Like you can cover 3 modules together because the links, or you can attend any batch you want. You can attend 1 batch, you can attend 2 batches, you can attend 3 batches, whatever your time allows you. And you can cover the batches, you can cover the modules like that if your exam is approaching, or of course, recordings will be available. Okay. Khushi, IELTS is acceptable everywhere. Okay. Ma'am, you take Aftab, yes, and also there are other trainers who take this one-to-one classes, so don't worry. Okay. Guys, with this, you can attend any batch you want, okay? In the same, and there are no hidden costs, so don't worry that we'll be asking you for more money in the coming processes or anything. This is just what you pay, and for the next 2 months, you're covered. Yes, for 2 months, Oppo A5s. Okay, it's actually not even 2 months, it's for like 2.5 and almost 3 months because we cover like one cycle in 35 days, right? So if you say 35 plus 35 would be 70 days. Oh, yes, only for 6,000 you can attend any batch you want, 3 batches that are there, 11 a.m., 7 p.m., 10:30 p.m. and you're covered for like almost 70 days coming ahead. And you have access to recordings and study material for the next 6 months. Okay. And of course, you'll be attending live classes. Khushi, by attending classes and practicing, you can enhance your writing score. Okay. Yes, Param, yes, all modules will be covered, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. That can only be explained in the classes, money. Okay. Navratan, you can attempt as many times you want to go attempt the exam. The exam cost is, I think, 15,000 currently, and you have to book it through IDP. Okay. And the duration of the exam is 2.5 to 3 hours usually, and the speaking is conducted on another day. Okay. Ravinder, if you want to join on Thursday, you can, but then it's better if you join when a new module and a new batch is starting so that you're on the same page and you are not, like in the middle, like already 1 or 2 classes have gone and then you're joining in the middle where you might not understand everything, right? And that would disrupt the flow of the class. So Monday and Wednesday are the 2 dates when we are starting the new batches. So please enroll accordingly. All right. Any other doubts? Much time one can approach for a test? Oppo, it depends on your practice. Once you join, we will evaluate you according to your writing assignments and assessments and your speaking tests and your reading and listening score, and then we can tell you more about it. Okay. Monday and Wednesday, Ravinder, not Monday and Thursday. It's not always, it's sometimes we change the dates according to the students, like if they need more classes. So according to that, we change it. Switch to ask one question, paper-based or computer. It's both the same. It depends on your comfortability. Madhumita, I've already read your message. Don't worry. All right. So it depends on you, really. If you're comfortable with computer, go with that. There is no difference. Okay. Ravinder, you can ask Parul ma'am, who is in the group, or you can get in touch with Sanjita ma'am when the new batch is starting. Okay. You can, every week, of course, new batches start. So they'll let you know, like, whichever date is starting. Okay. Every week we start a new batch. Yeah, when you book your exam, just select a computer-based test. Okay. All right. Any other doubts, anybody? You can basically, guys, this offer is only valid for you guys, okay? So the offer that we are giving you, so you can maybe enroll now if you want to avail this offer that we are giving you, and then you can just, you know, like join the classes later on if you want, okay? That is not a problem. Case of, to what, we're not talking about that, Dilpreet. Yes, Navratan, for 2 years. Param, we have 1 week of time for all modules, okay? Like, for example, for 5 or 6 days, the listening will go on. And then for the next 5 or 6 days, reading will go on. Then for the next 5 or 6 days, writing task 1 will go on. Like that, we cover the modules, okay? We're done. Yes, Anish, you will be getting 6 one-to-one speaking sessions, okay? Will it be possible to get in touch with group admins regarding more information? Like, I have many things going in my head right now. Sure, Vaibhav. Yes, you can always get in touch with Parul ma'am or Sanjita ma'am. You can text them and they'll reply to you. Yes, I think you can do that, 588-019, but then you need to just call IDP once on that toll-free number and they'll guide you more. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Any other doubts regarding anything you guys want to ask? Can there be any session on listening and reading as well? You can join the classes, Madhumita. We are going to start with reading and listening soon in the 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. batches. Okay. Any other doubts? Sure, Anish, but I'm not sure if the offer would be valid till then, or maybe you can just, you know, join in and then you can join in from next Monday. I mean, it depends on you, whatever you like feel like. Okay. I can't reduce it. I didn't design it. You can please on OnePlus get in touch with the team and they'll let you know more about it. Okay. All right. Any other doubts? We'll look into it, Navratan. Don't worry. We'll look into it, Oppo. Any other doubts, anyone? Sure, Vaibhav, but as I told you, the offer might not be valid till February. So what you can do is you can join in today and you can just let the team know that you want to start your classes in February and they will keep your enrollment on hold and they'll add you to a WhatsApp group, but then again, you can join the classes whenever you want to start and then avail the 2 months offer. Okay. What I have done in my studies, I've done a master's in English. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope everything is clear and I was able to answer whatever doubts you have. Of course, the classes will be more interactive when you join because this was a webinar and we had a huge number of students joining in. So that's why, but then I will be seeing you hopefully further in the classes and we'll have more sessions like these. Okay. Yes, Anish. Usually 1 cycle completes in 35 days, but you have access to 2 cycles if you enroll today. So the classes, like 1 cycle, LRWS will complete in 1 month. And then after that, you can join again if you did not understand anything. Okay. I mean, join again in the sense you can attend it in the same fee. You don't have to pay anything. All right. And there are no hidden costs, guys. Okay, so don't worry. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And it was great having you guys. And I'll see you guys in the classes ahead. How to enroll? Anish, there was a link that was shared to you for payment. I'll just share it again, and you can pay here and you'll be added in a WhatsApp group, okay, after your payment. Here. Right. Are we good, guys? Any other doubts, anyone, before we wrap up the session? You can Paytm also. The Paytm number is also given here in the chat box. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining the class and have a great evening. And I hope to see you guys in the classes and keep practicing, and all the best for your exam. Students will be taking it soon. And please prepare well and take the exam. It's an expensive exam, so don't waste your money. Prepare it well and then take it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Okay. And yeah, guys, you can get in touch with Sanjita ma'am for one-to-one classes as well. Okay. All right. Thank you.